The time by Sagicor is
7 o'clock.
Every dream conquered is another dream game. I land and I fly again like a jet plane. Headed straight in your direction. 'Cause I'm wiser, one step closer. I'm winning 'cause I work so hard. And the music keeps on playing. And the people them I say we are my show tonight. Oh, what a feeling. Don't stop dreaming. Keep on believing in the power of the feeling. Whatever you want, take a chance. Song in your heart, step in your dance. You got a spark, don't put it down. Shine your lights
Tonight in CVM News at 7, Leaders Independence Day message seasoned with political undertones. Shots fired at MP and supporters in Kingston Central. MP urges calm. 5 Haitians face Manchester court for illegal entry charges. Road safety advocates caution motorists for national holiday. And in sports, I Dream Again wins 105th Jamaica Derby. From Kingston, Jamaica, this is CVM News at 7, an abbreviated Independence Day version for Wednesday, August 6, 2025. Thanks again for joining us. I'm Nika Lewis. Member of Parliament for Central Kingston Donovan Williams is urging calm following a gun attack on his campaign team and supporters on Tuesday night. The political ombudsman has also condemned the incident and is appealing for political activities to remain peaceful. Here is Raymond Morrison.
Police say the attack happened along Tower Street near South Kemp Road, an area bordering East Kingston. Gunmen reportedly exited a motor vehicle and opened fire in the direction of Central Kingston MP Donovan Williams and his supporters, who took evasive action before the attackers fled.
While I was with my campaign team at the intersection of South Kemp Road and Tower Street, a motor car approached and several men exited the vehicle, opened fire at the team. We took evasive action. The men returned to the car and sped off. Thankfully, to the best of my knowledge, no one was injured. However, a vehicle in our convoy was damaged by the gunfire. At this time, I want to appeal to our supporters to remain calm. We will not be intimidated, but I appeal for calm. The police have been informed and are actively investigating the incident.
The political ombudsman has also condemned the incident, warning that acts of violence, retaliation, or intimidation have no place in the country's democratic process. The constitutional body is appealing to all political parties, candidates and supporters to conduct their campaigns responsibly and in keeping with the Code of Political Conduct. Police investigations continue as campaign activities intensify ahead of the next general election. Raymond Morrison, CVM News.
Jamaicans at home and abroad are today celebrating 63 years of independence under the theme, Be Proud, Be Bold in the Black, Green and Gold. Prime Minister Andrew Holness is calling on citizens to recommit to nation building, embrace discipline and confront the challenges still facing the country. Here again is Raymond Morrison.
63 years after raising the black, green and gold for the very first time, Prime Minister Andrew Holness says Jamaicans must continue the journey to build a safe, strong and sovereign nation.
My fellow Jamaicans, today we mark 63 years since our beloved country declared our independence to the world, raised our glorious black, green and gold flag for the first time and declared that this land, our land, would be home to a nation of free people, charting our own destiny with pride and purpose.
He points to progress in economic stability, record employment, crime reduction efforts, poverty reduction, and investment in health, housing, transportation, and infrastructure. But he says more work must be done.
There is more work to be done to build a Jamaica that lives up to the promise of 1962. At 63 years young, Jamaica is still writing its story. We have come far, but our best chapters lie ahead. Independence is not a gift. It's a responsibility, a daily discipline. The strength of a nation lies not only in the capabilities of its government, but also in its people to work, build, and yes, to sacrifice for the future of their families and communities. The role of government in all of this is to create the conditions where the sacrifice of the people is not in vain. Their efforts are rewarded, and there is hope for a bright and prosperous future.
Prime Minister Holness also reaffirmed the government's focus on law and order, warning that prosperity is impossible without peace.
We have intensified our efforts to restore order to communities long held hostage by criminal gangs. Make no mistake, there can be no prosperity without peace, and no peace without law and order. We must never allow our independence to be undermined by lawlessness. The rule of law must be respected, upheld, and defended without apology.
And in challenging Jamaicans to play their part, the Prime Minister says independence is more than a symbolic milestone. It's a responsibility requiring discipline, productivity, and active citizenship.
We're also renewing our institutions. The work we're doing to improve the public bureaucracy, for example, is geared towards making the state more efficient, accountable, and citizen-centered. Now, I know every Jamaican values their independence, and that is why we are committed to creating and maintaining the conditions that will protect and expand your independence.
The Prime Minister called on Jamaicans at home and in the diaspora to be proud of their progress, bold in seizing opportunities, and united in advancing the nation's growth.
Independence means we have the agency, but more so, the duty to choose our path to the future we want and not to leave it up to others to choose for us. This Independence Day, I challenge every Jamaican to choose the Jamaica you want, the future you would like to see. Be active in your contribution to building it and be strong in taking responsibility for your corner of it.
Jamaicans are marking the day with events island-wide, celebrating 6 decades of independence and looking ahead to what the Prime Minister calls the best chapters still to come. Raymond Morrison, CVM News.
Meanwhile, opposition leader Mark Golding is using this Independence Day to sound the alarm, warning that Jamaica is falling short of the promise made in 1962. In his national address, Golding pointed to deepening hardships, weak leadership, and a country at a crossroads. Carla Ramdeen has more.
Opposition leader Mark Golding is urging Jamaicans to remember the struggle behind the freedom they now celebrate.
Jamaica's independence, therefore, was not given. It was earned. It was carved out of struggle, sacrifice, and the unrelenting belief that Jamaicans would one day govern ourselves and define our own destiny.
Golding says the country now stands at a crossroads, facing deep-rooted challenges that threaten to erode the very promise of that hard-won freedom. He warns that Jamaica's current path is threatening that legacy, citing what he deems as a struggling economy, broken education system, and widespread hardships.
We cannot accept a stagnant economy in which national productivity has fallen by over 20% since 2007, where the annual rate of economic growth trudges along at a mere 1%, where foreign direct investment is today less than 1/3 of where it was in 2016, where the unemployment statistics hide the reality of low-wage jobs while our people struggle to survive the high cost of living, and where the poverty statistics hide the suffering of 55% of our people who are enduring moderate to severe food insecurity.
Golden says the country needs strong leadership rooted in truth, integrity, and inclusion in order for Jamaica to have a better future.
We cannot accept the undermining of critical institutions of transparent and accountable governance, such as the Integrity Commission, the Financial Investigations Division, and the Office of the Political Ombudsman. Nor can we accept the alarming creep towards more autocratic tendencies that undermine the foundational principles on which our democracy has been built.
He's calling on Jamaicans to honor the sacrifices of the past by making the right choices for the future.
When time comes, we exercise our right of democratic choice to ensure a better life for our people and a better Jamaica for all.
The opposition leader ended his message with a call for unity, courage, and national pride as Jamaicans reflect on the past, confront the present, and work to build a brighter future. Carla Ramdeen, CVM News.
The Office of the Political Ombudsman is keeping a close watch on campaign activities across the island, ensuring candidates and supporters play by the rules. Liaison Officer for the Political Ombudsman, Lefron Thompson, says while things have been mostly peaceful, she will continue to monitor any breaches of the Political Code of Conduct. Here again is Carla Ramdeen.
The Registrar of Political Parties and Liaison Officer of the Political Ombudsman, Lefron Thompson, is actively observing what is taking place on the ground, particularly to ensure candidates are allowed to freely display their paraphernalia. Thompson explains that the goal is to ensure that the Political Code of Conduct is being followed and campaign posters are not destroyed.
There are complaints of vandalism from time to time, but when you go about and you see that there is a coexistence of the different political colors, it suggests that they are at peace even for the moment.
Thompson explains that the joint statement made by General Secretaries of each political parties, along with the Political Ombudsman's Office, in support of Code of Conduct, is an indication of unity.
We hope that it will impact the behaviors of supporters, of course, and it is a message from the political parties to their followers to say, listen, this is what we stand for. We hope that you will display this in the field for yourselves on our behalf. The national that's a national aim, really, to have our democracy being demonstrated in a way that is peaceful, respectful, and civil.
While the situation is generally calm for now, the Ombudsman's Office continues to monitor activities closely and encourages all candidates and supporters to maintain peace and respect the process. Carla Ramdeen, CVM News.
Independence celebrations began this morning in Harbourview, St. Andrew, with a flag-raising ceremony and presentation of awards. Raymond Morrison has more.
The Harbourview Citizens Association officially marked the start of Independence Day with the raising of the Jamaican flag. The ceremony celebrated patriotism, respect, and the nation's heroes who fought for freedom. Patrick Peterkin, the PNP standard bearer for St. Andrew East Rural, was among the guests. CVM News understands that the two-term Member of Parliament for the constituency, the JLP's Juliet Holness, was invited but was not in attendance.
Independence is a very, very special time in our history as Jamaicans. We have gone through a lot as a nation. We got through slavery. After slavery, we had to fight for emancipation. And even before we get our emancipation, they put us through something that they call amelioration, that they said that they were going to teach us how to be free. But we were such, I don't say, strong people. They couldn't hold us down, and they had to cut that short and ensure that we were emancipated.
And the chairman of the Jamaica National Heritage Trust, Orville Hill, spoke of Jamaica's past, from slavery to the ongoing struggle for a strong economic infrastructure.
And it is important to note that at abolition of slavery, the plantation owners, every single plantation owner, had to be compensated in full for what was considered their property that they have to give freedom to. But yet, the enslaved persons were given what is so-called freedom, but they were offered nothing. Not a zit, zero, nothing at all. And so, Even today, it is argued that many of our infrastructure